All right, let's talk about Peter Obi. Peter Obi speaks out on shocking WAEC poor results. Are you up to speed with this news? Can you tell us what's going on, or you want me to read the report?
Please read a part of the report. I was monitoring, but um, let's let's
Okay.
situate it properly.
All right, great. According to a report on Daily Post NG, um, the 2023 Labour Party LP presidential candidate Peter Obi has blamed mass failure of students in the West Africa Examination Council (WAEC) on poor funding of the education sector. Obi said the 2024 WAEC results, which showed a 7.69% decrease in Nigerian student performance, confirms the worrying lack of investment in the critical areas of development in the country. The former Anambra State governor disclosed this in a statement he issued on Monday, and I quote, "The recent announcement by the WAEC that recorded 7.69% decrease in the performance of candidates who sat for the 2024 WASSCE in Nigeria reaffirms the worrying lack of investment in the critical areas of development,
Okay.
education, health, and pulling people out of poverty." Let me finish this quote right here.
Right.
This constant decline in our educational performance and other critical areas demands urgent attention and action. With our claimed literacy rate of over 50%, we're still ranked 187 on the global scale of literacy. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, go ahead and speak to that.
Oh yes. Let me commend the determination of somebody like Peter Obi, uh, his forthrightness in speaking out at every opportune occasion against the noted weaknesses within the Nigerian system, whether socially, politically, and in other ramifications. Honestly, I find in Peter Obi that kind of spirit that would only be found in Obafemi Awolowo. You see, he does this analysis, he watches, he knows when to punch to take on topical issues of the day. And at the risk of, because each time he speaks, they're always blaming him and calling him names, calling him out that he's a sore loser. Oh, this is coming because of the fact that he lost in a fair contest. But who is describing, who is scoring the contest with Tinubu and others has been fair. So in this instance, that's why I'm commending him. I have paid close attention. You know, I was a leading correspondent on education when I was in mainstream journalism practice in Nigeria. And past education ministers who are still alive will testify to this, particularly Professor Tunde Adeniro. He's a former senior assistant. Would also testify to that fact. So the point I'm making is this: I have paid close attention, and as somebody who also have a degree in English education, that ordinarily would be a place of focus for me, because I want the very best for Nigeria. And I've been an international, of course, you know this, I've been a recruiter for reputable universities, getting international students for them, and arranging exchange programs for schools in Nigeria with American universities. My passion is to make sure that we elevate the Nigerian education system. It was good, it was really great. If you saw magazines, journals that were produced, published by Nigerian high school students or grammar school students in the 60s and early 70s. I was not yet born in the 60s, but I had copies of magazines that were kept in our family library or archive. I mean, publications from schools attended by your own father, who is 17 years older than me. Publications from Imade College, Oyemeku Grammar School, King's College, Ondo Boys, and all that. When you read through those things, you will know what education was in Nigeria. Today, you cannot say that about the quality of education in our land of birth. What this translates into is this. With the current administration in Nigeria, and please, nobody should politicize this, because they would say, he has fundamental disagreement with Aiyedatiwa. No, I have no fundamental disagreement with Aiyedatiwa on anything, other than I'm not happy with the way he handled the crisis or the avoidable crisis in Aiyedatiwa, period. But talking about national development now, serious issue, I have paid close attention to the defunding of education and other critical sectors in Nigeria. But everything is not about money. How about the attitude of individual students? I can proudly report that when I first wrote West African School Certificate Examination, 1985, 1986, my performance was so bad. In fact, I remember Basharun Banjo Abitogun at our family meeting where my report card was debated or was considered in the family, saying, he did so well. The result was only spoiled by 2 passes and 1 credit. The other one's parallel F. And that was a sad moment for me, sobering period for me. You know what? There is no shame about attempting and failing. I got back up, put myself, I was already given admission to do advanced level at Federal School of Art and Science Ondo. I couldn't join with the likes of my big brother, who has now become the deputy chief medical director of Federal Medical Center, or Dr. Olabisi Fashoranti. I couldn't go ahead with my good niece, and who I consider my twin sister, Ifejobi Abitogun. I had to bury my pride, my shame, bury my head in shame, and I went back to the same school where I wrote that exam that I flunked initially. I sat back 86, 87, when, I came out better and I had the best result. But in the circumstance, nobody wants to go through that process today. Parents shamelessly shop for miracle centers for prospective candidates to shortchange the system. So there must be self-accountability, number one. It's not just about the government now, but the government particularly has made it so difficult to have qualitative. I'm not talking of quantitative, I'm not talking of numbers or what have you. Qualitative education. That said, what Peter Obi said is both true and at the same time not totally true. How about self-accountability? Like I told you, today, you see the quality of English I speak? I wasn't this good at the time. And everybody wants to go to private institutions in Nigeria, private schools. That is a mark of systemic failure within the system. What is wrong with public school? I attended a public school, St. Andrews Anglican Primary School, Aiyedatiwa, rural community. And others went there. Dr. Bisi Fashoranti attended that school. Your father, who is an acclaimed artist, attended that school. So many other schools like that. But you find reversals. Apart from those states today, apart from Aquinas College, Oyemeku Grammar School, St. Louis Girls Grammar School, Tiwashaye, even Victory College, Ikare Akoko, and Ondo Boys High School, they may not really give the attraction they used to have for our people. So under the watchful eyes of our politicians, Nigeria continues to be in decline, whether in terms of values or in terms of qualitative delivery on the public good, infrastructures, social amenities, and everything. So this is my candid observation. There must be personal accountability about this as well. There must be personal. When a particular, I remember the name of this guy now. He came as external candidate to enroll with us in IDOG 85, 86. We never knew of anything called examination cheating or leakage or leaks and what have you. Expo. You know, this guy came and got a mercenary to sit in for him. He was exposed, and he escaped into the bush. Till today, I've never cited him, never heard from him. When I got to the university in Ado-Ekiti and I saw people escaping from examination halls to go do all kinds of stuff. Of course, some of us did not get first class or second class upper, but we are proud of whatever we were able to make. And we are able to defend our own turf. I saw an advert that came out from NNPCL the other day saying second class upper division are the ones that must be that must apply for job openings. I just laughed. How did they end? Did they actually end the 2-1? Did they actually end the first class? America will not do that. You said?
The way we set up benchmarks for this thing in Nigeria is all faulty. So
it's laughable. And you see, people should make first class getting pass and third class because they can't pay the cost of erecting a house or fixing what's it called, sliding glasses or whatever in the house of a lecturer that is under construction. The women who will not compromise their womanhood, that would protect their pride as women, will not get good grades. So now we are lamenting. There must first be personal accountability. This is what I said to Mr. Peter Obi. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, let us know your thoughts about that. Education in Nigeria, WAEC, is that still a thing? When I saw the news, I was like, oh, they still do WAEC, because last time I checked, they said they were doing NADECO.
No, not NADECO, NECO.
Oh, NECO.
Yes.
They said NADECO. NECO, they said they're doing NECO and all these different types of exams.
As a long-time education reporter, the NECO thing started or was accelerated by the administration of Abubakar Abdulsalami when the late Mr. Alayaoni was education minister. You know.
How many placement tests exist? I mean, is WAEC considered a placement test, or is it a type of diploma?
It's a type of high school diploma, equivalent of high school diploma, ordinary level.
Okay, so it's supposed to represent that, you are able to go out into the workforce and get something decent, get going as an adult.
Yeah, they should. You see, this is why I talk of systemic failure. How many of our high school students from, I know in America, from when that pupil is in what's it called? Maybe 9th, 10th grade, you can begin to get mentored, getting vacation jobs, getting integrated gradually into the system, and you can make like $14 an hour, 20 maximum of 20 hours a week. That arrangement is not there in Nigeria, and they are talking of poorly prepared university graduates and what have you. It's a broken system. It's a broken system. I dare say there should be declaration of emergency in all public sectors, all facets of the Nigerian nation. Short of saying, I won't join those who are calling for self-abdication by Tinubu. No. From what I just lied about Tinubu, I think they say he's smart. And I want him to continue to be smart. I will say everything I know on air, because now I know what is involved in some of his antics. That's all I would say.
So let's just pray for him.
Right.
All right, do us a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, and follow so you're notified when we go live. We have a couple more trendy topics to cover today. We'll be right back.